It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shots fired.
It's DJ Chuck Spins. I'm right here with Freaky Kid. Came to get an interview in. Sat through a session with him.
Nigga.
What's up with you, bro?
What's poppin', bro? What's poppin'?
How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling like the top of the town.
You're definitely one of the trending topics in the city right now, so I definitely had to come get an interview in with you.
Yes,
let's get it straight. Let's get it started. How long you been rapping?
Man, I've been rapping like anybody else. Like, you might start off like a kid. You know, you have a dream, and you know that dream might, you know, it might get like distracted by other things because of like what you're around. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is like, I would say growing up, right? People, my music, it comes off explicit, right? But I want people to understand this. It's like it's one of them things where as people, bro, we can't help what we born at in this life. You know what I'm saying? You can't help like where you born at, the skin tone you given, nothing. So it's like what I rap about is what I've been through. But I've been rapping since like a little kid, and then I kind of, you know, like being in Baltimore, we got this thing where, you know, it's club mix and stuff like that. Same way how DC, they got their go-go and everything. So in Baltimore, we got club mix. You know, shout out to all the people who, you know, been putting in work for all the club and, you know, all the club mixing and all the dances people been doing. I mean, all the dancing and everything else. So from that dancing, that was one of the things that fueled my music. It was like dancing, you know, made me want to do music even more. So I was always around dancing. I was always around dancers or music or rappers or singers. So from that point, being around it so much, I kind of just gravitated towards it throughout my whole life, you know. So it's one of them things where a person can ask you like, well, how long you been rapping? It's kind of like, that's an open question, because in the same sense, you know, it's like I've been always trying to do music, but trying to take it serious. I would say this year I actually put my foot in and I was like, yo, I'm gonna really, you know, put it down, because it's been times where, you know, I done gave hits like Cheekies, Cheekies, you know, and I was about 18, 19 years old, you get what I'm saying? So that's like, I would say one of them things where, that was 10 years ago, but you know how you pop into music, you might make a hit, distractions, things happen in between. So it's like, in between them 10 years ago, I done had a whole child, you know, and I would say like, me personally, when I had that child and growing as a young man, it was like making a decision. You know, it's my first time having a child, so it was like, okay, let me put this in perspective, and it's like principles and morals. So that's what took me away from music 10 years ago. Right. Now I'm back though.
Where exactly are you from in Baltimore?
I'm from White Lot, bro. I'm from White Lot, 1200. You know what I mean? Born and raised on the west side. You know what I mean? Shout out the whole White Lot. You hear me? Shout out the whole west side. Shout out the east side too, because east side niggas be showing me love.
And how was it growing up in White Lot?
You wouldn't want to grow up that White Lot. If it was a choice, you wouldn't want to grow up down there, because it's like only the strong survive down there. That's all facts. You know how they had that saying like this is like, you either gonna go to jail or you gonna die, right? All right, so picture this. It was three of me and my original like Sandbox homeboys who I knew since I was 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. Since you know like between 1 and 3, you damn near don't even really remember nothing as a kid, right? You kind of like got little glimpses, but since like 4 and up, you kind of, you know, got a visual of what's going on in life a little bit. So since I was 4 years old, it was me and a guy it was me, Bougele, and a dude named Tehran. Tehran, he doing 50 something years right now. You know what I mean? And Bougele, who's my best friend, you feel me, he passed away about 4 or 5 years ago. He got killed. I mean, when he got out of jail, he got killed less than 24 hours, you feel me? So I'll let you know what type of time he was on. I mean, like, so when it comes to this shit about, like I said again, when you brought up at, that's not a place I would advise anybody to want to grow up at. You know what I mean? If you had a choice to be like, hey, I want to live here or live there, I wouldn't advise nobody to live there, because that's like one of them things where you really won't have to like fight for your life every day. Like, I mean, people die like for real there. Like,
let's take it back from when I first heard of you. I probably was like in the 5th grade when I first heard of when I first even saw your face before you resurfaced. Let's talk about the 151 Boyz. What is the 151 Boyz?
Ah, man, yo, 151, bro. So listen, this started with me and my bros, right? We was one of those type dudes where, you know, you was around the age where you kind of could have company, but kind of couldn't in a way. And it's like, if you could have company, maybe just one girl come over. It's like, so it couldn't be like my bros and then a whole bunch of girls. So it came to the point where, you know, we would like throw hotel parties. You feel me? We would book hotels, throw a hotel party, and then our favorite drink was Bacardi 151. And to get into our party, you had to take a shot of Bacardi 151. And I don't know if you ever had a shot of 151 Bacardi before, boy, but that joke, that's one of the ones where, you know, get you up in there, yeah. Get you up in there, yeah. But, you know, and it kind of progressed from that of being not just, you know, 100% of just talent, but 151% of talent, because back then, we wasn't just rappers, you get what I'm saying? We was rappers who could dance and give you a entertainment level where as though you just looking like, whoa, bro, this show is crazy. You feel me? Like these dudes are just going wild, and that's how we took the city. It's nothing against anybody who rap and just rap. You feel me? Because if that's what you're doing, it worked for you. Good for you, bro. But on that type time back then, bro, we was on our 151 crazy shit, and I was the leader too. Right. You know what I mean? So it's going crazy.
In my opinion, you definitely like, in my opinion, a Baltimore legend. Because the song has over 400,000 views.
That's
some people can't even get the 10,000 views. Do you feel that you like a Baltimore legend yourself?
I would agree to that. I would agree to the fact of being a Baltimore legend, because even before I made Cheekies, bro, I was on 106 in Park dealing with BET and all that. Wild Out Wednesday, people knew me doing that. I was still going to high school. And I'm on 106 in Park, you feel me? Like, and that's back when Roxy and all them was on there, you feel me? I'm still dealing with BET, and then from that point of just dancing, within those 2 years of being 16 and 18, I transitioned from just dancing to like, you know what, bro, I know how I rap. Let me see if I can make a song out of it. And then I took the dancing and then the rapping and then made a song and made a hit. And that's how that shit worked, bro. That shit was crazy.
So, like, when the song first came out, because we see everybody know the YouTube video, did you expect for it to be as big as it would ever get?
Hell no. Hell to the no. I did not expect Cheekies to. I knew it was hard, because nobody back then, it was like people had dance type songs and stuff like that, you know. But it was like, I didn't know it was going like blow like that. You hear me? Because it was like you had so many of the legendary pioneers like Boss Man. You had your, you know, your the dude Smash. You had all them who was like a little bit older than me. So I was like the only kind of like young guy at that time who was trying to rap on some like, you know, Baltimore club type style. And I didn't know, you know, shout out Lucky too, the guy Lucky, that's one of my guys, you know. But I say, bro, I lie to you not. And if you don't know who Lucky is, Lucky, he got hits on a song like "Girl, Don't Waste My Time," all like that. Yep, that's my guy, man. So people like that who already, you know, was like a little bit older than me, who had hits, it was like, bro, I ain't see Cheekies being a hit. And then once, when I swear to God, bro, it was like one of them things where we start performing in at clubs, and then people see they had a dance to it, and the next, you know, shout out to Takeover back then, and the dudes Takeover in Sin City and all them. They was just playing my song all in the parties. It was to the point, I lied to you not, bro. When people say that you need money sometimes to fuel your dream, I wouldn't always agree with that, because sometimes it's not all about the money. It's about your talent and your dedication, because it's like sometimes you can have nothing, right, and start off with nothing. Because, bro, we was catching the Buster shows and was on the radio and still was popping and getting paid for shows. And then at some point, then that's when some manager came into play and the bigger money was there, and then we got rides and stuff at shows. So for the people out there who think you need money, bro, you don't need money, bro. Just keep chasing your dream and never give up and believe in your shit. You feel me? Like, don't let nobody, you're gonna have so many friends around you, so many people around you that's just like, yo, I don't know, you should do, trying to mold your dream. Don't let nobody mold your dream, you feel me? Do your shit, bro, and that's what I did back then. Me and my guys, we got together, we believed in that shit, bro, and we went from catching the Buster shows to we was getting paid 500 plus, doing 3 shows a day, going crazy in the city of Baltimore where they say you can't even make it.
That's fair. Right now we see you doing your music right now. Where's the rest of the 151 boys?
My guy Black, I talk to him man, if not every day, every other day, man. My guy Smokey, you know, Smokey, he laid back, he out there in VA. Black, he more like a family man now. You know, everybody Black still in tune with music, but he more into the family thing now. You know, so it's like I was the only one who really stuck around with it. You know how I ain't gonna put it in that perspective, but it's like, you see how you might get a Destiny's Child or some shit like, or Drew Hill or something like that, and then you get a Beyonce out the whole situation really blow, or you get that Cisco, you get what I'm saying, right? It's one of them type things where I kind of just stuck around to music, but I started 151, I started it, so I guess, you know, the dedication stayed out, but they still my guys, like, all day. I talk to them all the time, bro. I mean, like my guys, bro.
And then you took the 10-year hiatus. Was you making any music in between that time?
Yeah, I dropped like a mixtape just to keep people in tune. I dropped that Creed mixtape. If you know the definition of Creed, Creed is just to have a strong, crazy passion, love for something, you feel me? So I dropped the Creed because I was inspired by the movie with the bull who was boxing over there. What's his name is? The dead boy, nice for real.
Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan, man. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan, man, for inspiring all the black young men out there. You see him, he chasing his dream. I watch that movie all the time. I lied to you not. That's one of the movies where, you know, a movie you just have on repeating all the time. You can watch anytime. Creed 1 and 2, man. That kind of fueled that mixtape. So in between that time right there of just trying to really find my sound, I kind of just dropped a mixtape for the people who was like, oh, where Kev at, what's going on? But that mixtape really didn't do that much, but it still was one of them things where people really showed love to it, yeah. So.
And then when can you officially say that you came back to the music scene, like, official?
I would say, like, once I truly understood, you feel me, that, like, you know, the kidney situation with my mother wasn't going to be, like, you know, like, prosperous in the way of, like, doing it any other way besides my passion and the gift God gave me. I mean, I done tried so many different ways of trying to make sure my mom got a kidney, you feel me? Right. And it was one of them things where I done did bad things and ended up, so the bad things hindered me too, because when you do bad things, you know, you get repercussions. So again, it all fueled when I understood that I wasn't a match for my mom's kidney, and it was like, well, let me go hard with this music. And so far, thus far, you know, it's been, you know, go hard, you know what I mean, and get rich and go hard or die trying with it. And that's the mentality I've been on. So at that mentality of understanding, at the end of this, my mother gonna have a kid. Right. And so that's the type of time I'm on right now, for real.
And we're in 2020 right now. It's not, you don't have the same sound from back then, the dance sound, the club sound. What was the change in your sound? What made you like change your sound from the dance club sound to the regular rap style that you're at right now?
I would say, just to be honest with y'all, bro, you feel me? It came from just being a fan of Pop Smoke, bro. You feel me? Like, I started one day, like, Black, one of my best homeboys, bro. Black can never make it over my house for some weird reason. There's always something that goes down, something that happened. I don't know, it's real shit that happened, you feel me? But it's like one of them things where, you feel me, something always happened where so he can't make it to my house. So this one particular time, he wound up making it to my house in February, you feel me? And he was like, bro, I got these 2 rappers, you feel me? I got these 2 rappers, you know, I'm trying to put you D with. So it was a guy named Doobie, right? And then Pop Smoke. So he let me hear Pop Smoke. I'm like, damn, bro, these fucking beats is crazy hard, bro. Like, I fuck with this shit, you feel me? Like, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, bro, this nigga hard, he different, my nigga. So I became a fan instantly, right? So after that point of that, you know, I get the news or whatever like that, you know what I mean? Like, I wake up like a couple days later, get the news, because I look on Meek Mill page, you feel me? I look on his IG. You know how you might get up in the morning and look on IG or something, just see what's going on. I look on IG and I instantly see on Meek Mill IG, you feel me, Pop Smoke. And I see the bad news behind, you feel me, his picture. So I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. So I instantly hit Black, like, bro, you know that rapper you put me D with, bro, from New York, like, bro, tell me why such and such, this, that, and the third happened, bro. So you feel me, since that bad moment happened, it made me dig even more into, like, you feel me, it just instantly made, like, what make somebody do something? Yo, they got so much great music like that, you know what I mean? So I watched interviews, I was watching shit, and then even more, I became more and more a fan. Then, after that point, right, you know how you might smoke, like how I smoke now, you smoking weed, and you chilling with your friends or something, right? Hey, bro, throwing some instrumentals, yo, throwing some instrumentals. So this time, instead of throwing on instrumentals, it was one of them, like, yo, try some drill instrumentals. You know what I mean? So because after that branch off of becoming a fan of Pop Smoke, I was like, let me try these beats, because the beats be hard as a motherfucker, you feel me? So then niggas started rapping on them drill type beats, and then that's where that sound came from, where like, different people, they was like, bro, that's hard, like, you know what I mean? And then once I knew it was hard, but it was like different close people who don't even reach out to me for my music like that, or who really fuck with me, but they ain't got fuck with me to the point where as though they just got support my music, they just fuck with me as a person. They like, yo, that sound, that. And then that's when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. That's hard. And I ain't gotta try too hard. Like if you go back to Cheekies and you listen to how Cheekies first come on, yeah, it's the one. I already was raspy already. I already had a deep voice and all that stuff. I just, in between them years of timing, like anybody else, because people start to complain. What they complain about, what's his name? No disrespect to the boy, but people do. People, not me. I fuck with your music, shorty. The Baby, right? People try to complain about the Baby. Oh, he sound the same on every song. Do not people complain about that? So it's like, as an artist, you try to cater to the people, whereas though you're trying to be versatile and make the people happy, right? So between that time period of that, it's like it's one of them things where I was just trying to play around with my song in between those times of those years to try to cater towards the people and myself to get the best sound. So
and a lot of people don't understand. I've been saying you've been in the news or just down to people's timelines for a lot of bad news, but we're gonna wait on that. We're gonna say that stuff for a little later. Let's really get into you. You just dropped the album, Rare. Let's talk about that.
Yes, sir.
What do Rare stand for?
Man, I just dropped Rare June 20th. Go get that on every platform, right? Yeah, me Rare, right? Now Rare. There's a big acronym behind that one word. Yeah, me. That's a Rare. That stands for real artist, real energy, right? Now let me break that down to y'all what that mean, right? Like when you get real artist, real energy, you can stand in an elevator with somebody, right? I promise you this, and they ain't gotta say nothing to you, right? But yet, it's two things you gonna get from standing in the elevator with that person. They can even make you feel like, this person, they making me feel weird, and they ain't gotta say nothing. It's the energy, right? Facts, bro. That's where it come when you hear my music. You're like, yo, this shit it's undeniable. Another thing, it's like I try to kick it to the point where as though I want people to understand this music and where it's being generated from. That shit come from me. You know what I mean? That shit is real. It's something where I can make how many songs I want to a day, bro. I mean, like I really do this. Most people, you got rappers out here who, I ain't gonna take nothing from them, but if you got somebody writing your music for you, bro, I ain't taking that from you, bro. But all I'm saying is, how am I to believe that that's your 2 footsteps that you speaking in that music? Because that's almost like you being a chef, but you don't know how to cook. You feel me? So like, no, but like, you mean it's like, that's one of them things where, you feel me, like I say, I mean, you being a chef, you feel me? And you're a chef, and you claiming that you're a chef, but how you a chef and you don't know how to cook? You hear me? Like, your food too salty, or your food, you got too much seed. Come on, bro. That's how I look at it with this music shit, personally. But if that shit working for you as a person, you feel me? I'm not taking away from nothing of that, but that just comes behind what's the energy behind my shit. You know what I'm saying? It's real, it's original. You know what I mean? And that shit come from me. I'm a real artist. That's why I say real artist, real energy, bro. Facts, yeah.
Nah, I fuck with that. That's in the beginning of the first track, you definitely shouted out Pop Smoke, and you feel me, just listening to the album, it was a real heavy Pop Smoke influence. What's some artists that, like from New York, that maybe you're planning on working with, you feel me, just to get closer to the Pop Smoke team?
Man, you gonna see me within this time period of all the people, whatever they wind up seeing this video, you gonna start seeing me in pictures, seeing me in videos with the artists that you gonna see me start working with. Shout out Big Trigger, you know what I mean? Big Trigger from the 90s, the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Big Trigger, let me see who else, Spaz. I'm gonna be fucking with Spaz on the music. You know what I mean? My nigga Rose from the Floss. Let me see, I'm gonna be doing a lot of music with the nigga Bleezy, you know what I mean, from the DOD. And understand this, like when y'all get this new project that's coming September the 9th, you know what I mean, that's what y'all gonna see. Because if you listen to Rare, right, when you listen to Rare, all you hear is me, because I wanted y'all to respect that sound of just me understanding, yo, he could rap, he really can make great music. Now when this Woo Weather drop September the 9th, that's where you gonna hear more features, more real woos, more people who's really in tune, and y'all just gonna get it, bro.
Lately, a lot of people in the city have seen one of your latest videos, and they critiquing your sound. How do you feel about all the news and all everything everybody's saying about what's going on in your music and stuff like that?
I feel about it for real. You hear me? I'm with it. You hear me? Listen. If you got something to say about that, whatever, listen, no matter if it's good or bad, you hear me? I'm winning right now, the number's up, and that's only 3 weeks in, you hear me? 40,000 on the video, you hear me? I don't care what you doing. what you doing, regardless if you talking salty about us. I'm not on none of y'all shit. I'm not on none of y'all talking about whatever y'all doing. Y'all talk about me. And I understood one thing when I was growing up in this life. They said God put two type of people on this earth. Somebody who's really gonna be out here doing something with their life, and then they gonna put people on here on this earth who's ghosts. And a ghost is a person who's alive, right? But they ain't doing shit with their life. So they just sit around and just talk about other people all day. You hear me? And that's what's going on too. But I appreciate y'all ghosts. Thank you.
Is there any local rappers in the city that you see yourself working with?
Fuck yeah. What's up, YG Tech? You hear me? Shout out YG Tech, man. Listen, as soon as I get me some goddamn no excuses gear, nigga, you gonna see me taking pictures in that shit, nigga. I love that no excuses shit. You know why I love no excuses, bro? Because I feel like in this life, bro, it's no fucking excuses. Shout out to motherfucking YG Tech, bro. It's always a way. When you got the will, bro, you got the way, bro. You know what I mean? Too many people put up brick walls for themselves. You know what I mean? Not to be successful in this life, bro. You know what I mean? Go for what you believe in, man. You know what I mean? Shout out YG Tech. And who else I want to fuck with in the city, bro? Who going crazy? You hear me? I make a song with Scholar, cause Scholar hard. You hear me? Scholar got his own sound. I fuck with Scholar's sound. If Scooter was still alive, I definitely want to make a song with Scooter. You hear me? Little Scooter was just his own kind of animal. Who else was really making like crazy noise in the city while I fuck with that sound out here for real? I think I fuck with Band Hunter Izzy. Band Hunter Izzy on some shit. You feel me? I fuck with him too. That's the three people who I say I would fuck with on a music tip. You know what I mean? Who really be talking that shit for real. Like those three. Yeah.
And when it comes to beats and sounds, you said you like to do the drill beats. Is there any producers that you see yourself working with, not just in Baltimore, but out of Baltimore, maybe some UK producers? I'm
only going right now. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to my nigga Rilla. Hey Rilla, what's good, baby? I told you he was gonna be here, baby. What's good? You hear me? Shout out my nigga Rilla. You know what I mean? My nigga Rilla, man, he was a cool dude, man. Met him on YouTube. You know what I mean? He got millions of hits on YouTube, and he wound up, you know what I mean, hearing my song. I sent it to him on one of his beats, bro, and he wound up letting me keep that beat, bro. That's my motherfucking dog, bro. Rilla. Anybody else who really wanna fuck with me, you know what I mean? You gotta come with some drill sound. Like, you gotta come with some drill beats. I mean, and then we can get it on, bro. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm fucking with Rilla right now.
And right now, we see you, Rare album out, videos 40,000 plus. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Winning, wooing, winning and wooing all over the world. You hear me? Winning and wooing, and making sure still that you hear me. They understand what it is. You hear me? A Baltimore nigga. You hear me? Straight from Baltimore. You hear me? And I'ma always be a fan of Pop Smoke. And even 5 years from now, you still gonna hear me say rest in peace Pop Smoke. Why? Cause I would not be rapping on any form of I wouldn't even know what drill really was to the extent of really being a fan of it or liking it if it wasn't for Shorty, you know? So it's always respect to him and homage to him, cause that's how all this started, with just me being a fan of him, bro. So I'ma just be wooing and winning, you hear me? Wooing and winning on a higher scale, man. Around the big dogs, or they around me, yeah. Cause I ain't pressed to really hang around nobody. I mean, like, it's one of them things where, like I said again, I'm in my own lane, bro. So anybody that's out here screaming my name, anybody that's out here posting stuff and doing all the goofy shit that they do, that they doing, go look at my. You don't see me doing none of that, bro. You ain't gonna see me. Ain't nobody gonna get no fame off me. I ain't gonna say none of y'all names, cause I got real people out here in these real streets, you hear me? So we ain't doing none of that internet woofing and none of that goofy stuff that y'all doing, yo. Like, we don't move like that, and real gangsters don't move like that, bro. Facts, bro. You hear me? Big woo shit. You gonna see me keep winning, bro. 5 years from now, I guarantee you, bro. I said it. You hear me? I said it, bro. Facts, bro.
And it's DJ Chuck Spence, Freaky Kev. What's up, Baltimore?
What's happening?
It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shots fired. Nigga, I'm the truth. Bitches stick to me like glue. Step in front and you get blue. Boom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shots fired. Nigga, I'm the truth. Bitches stick to me like glue. Step in front and you get blue. Boom. I hit my nigga X. Got a problem, nigga, try get stretched. Box pull up. Shots pull up,